So your hard shell luggage bag is finally cracked due to the Maniac baggage handler. Let me show you how to fix it. You're going to need to get access to the inner side of the crack. So open your case, unzip the inner lining. If there's no zip, unfortunately you're going to have to cut it with a pair of scissors. You need to sand in and around the crack. This sanding is going to allow the resin to adhere and bond properly to the inside of the case. Here I'm taping back the inner lining to avoid any contact with the resin. I originally used parcel tape, but it didn't work, so later on I changed over to using masking tape. Use coarse sandpaper. I used AC grit, and once you've sanded, wipe off any dust with a damp cloth and let it dry. You'll need to put masking tape on the outer side of the crack to stop the resin pouring out. Before I cut the fiberglass, I need to measure the crack. It's 4 inches wide, and I need to add 2 inches to either side, so that's 8 inches in total, plus the width, which is 4 inches. I'm using standard fiberglass resin. This particular make requires 25 drops of catalyzer to every 3.5 fluid ounces of resin. When you're using fiberglass resin, make sure you're in a well ventilated room, or better still, outside in the shade. Thoroughly mix the catalyzer and resin together. If this is not done properly, the resin won't set. For the next stage, you will need a small fiberglass laminating roller. You could get away with using an old stiff brush, but it isn't as effective when removing air bubbles. Place the fiberglass patch evenly over the crack. Now we are going to pour a small amount of resin on the fiberglass. Alternatively, you could use a foam brush to apply the resin. Evenly spread out the resin using the roller. Apply more resin as necessary and make sure that all the fiberglass is wet. Make sure there are no air bubbles below the fiberglass. Also, do not over-roll the fiberglass as it may become detached from the plastic shell. If all the fiberglass is wet, you should have no white patches. Now onto the second crack. Same procedure as we did with the first one. A quick cleanup using kitchen towel of a few spilt drops of resin. As you can see, some of the resin has creeped through the crack. We need this so that the crack fully seals. The resin has been curing for an hour and now feels like hard gelatine. The resin has now been curing for 2 hours and it's safe to remove the masking tape. As the resin takes 24 hours to cure, it's best not to move the case within this time frame. I hope this video has helped you. I believe this is one of the best fixes you can do for a hard shell case. It's a bit more work, but it definitely is worth the effort. It's hard and super flexible. If you've got any other ideas or opinions, put them in the comments below. Thanks.